Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tension between police and communities of color continue to dominate national headlines.
But here in the Twin Cities, both sides are coming together to find solutions and ways to prevent more race-related problems. Fox 9's Jonathan Cho has more from Brooklyn Park with details of this effort.
The organizers want to make it very clear this is not about police bashing. Instead, it's to engage in dialogue to improve relations between law enforcement and this community.
It's something where you don't want to think that, but I am a black female.
This woman, who we'll call Mary for our story, says Brooklyn Park police pulled her over at least 5 times in the past year because of her skin color.
Oh, you appear to be swerving swerving in and out of the road, which I wasn't.
After lengthy background checks, she says the white police officers let her go each time without issuing a citation. But Mary now says she feels intimidated by anyone wearing a badge.
It makes me almost go into a place of total submission, where even speaking up for your rights in an appropriate way, I might not do.
Thank you, Jesus, for a wonderful day.
But speaking up.
They put their lives on the line on each day, but there are some bad, rooted, rotten apples.
Is exactly what her pastor, Harding Smith, wants Mary to do.
People tell me, Pastor, the only time a police officer comes in my community is to either arrest me or bring pain and suffering.
Pastor Smith leads the predominantly African-American Spiritual Church of God in Robbinsdale and says locally he's seeing an uptick in complaints about white police officers. Add to that recent racial tension between law enforcement and communities of color in Ferguson, New York City, Cleveland, and Madison. Pastor Smith is trying to diffuse and change the narrative.
This is not a referendum on beating down a police officer.
Instead, Pastor Smith is hoping this forum in Brooklyn Park, featuring a panel of high-ranking law enforcement leaders from multiple agencies, including mayors, pastors, and activists, can be the start of an open dialogue to address lingering community concerns, especially about racial profiling.
We can change. We're not perfect. We make mistakes like everybody else.
Brooklyn Center Police Chief Kevin Benner says effective communication is always needed and is a two-way street.
When you yell all the time, all we hear is static.
Brooklyn Park Police Chief Craig Envelson says his department is working on getting body cameras.
The communities feel like there needs to be potentially a little more accountability from the police department standpoint.
And all police department leaders say they want to add more black and minority officers.
There are times I've been stopped where I've had like 3 or 4 people, black men in the back of the truck.
Mary says she can't change the color of her skin, but through dialogue, she hopes this is the beginning of real change in her community.
And this is just the beginning. There are several more being planned in Minneapolis and Richfield. From Brooklyn Park, Jonathan Cho, Fox 9 News.